Hi guys, welcome to the session of Aussizz Conclave 4.0. Everyone, good morning, good afternoon. If I introduce one of my colleague who is Abhi Mangukiya. Abhi Mangukiya is currently the director of Aussizz Group Dandenong. His association with Aussizz began in December 2018 as a migration admin, unknowingly setting him on a transformative journey filled with unexpected opportunities and valuable lessons. In 2021, he reached a key milestone by becoming a licensed registered migration agent. This wasn't just a career achievement, it was a powerful reminder of how persistence and belief can drive meaningful change. With determination and self belief, he has managed to shape a career that's deeply rewarding and full of significant achievements. Every challenge he has faced along with his path, he, he, he taught him the importance of resilience and adaptability. Success, he has learned, isn't just about achieving goals, it's all about discovery and personal growth that come from striving towards them. Now, I'll ask Abhi to take the questions and try to answer our guests as we go. Abhi, over to you.
Thank you, Charlene, for the wonderful introduction for Aussizz Group and myself. So yes, I can see there's already questions started popping up in the chat box, so we'll go over them one by one. Okay, so the first question we have is from Utpala. I lived with my husband only for a week after getting married in Feb 2024 in Sri Lanka. I came back to Australia for my studies. He went back to Dubai where he works, and then he applied for 309. Okay, so you applied for a offshore partner visa, which is the provisional stage 1. How do you show that we have an ongoing marriage for the 309 visa as he cannot? Okay, Utpala, so what you have to show is you don't have to show if you have an ongoing marriage. Basically, you have to show you have an ongoing relationship as a married couple. So there's a lot of documents that you can submit to the Department of Home Affairs. For example, you can inform them that you're regularly staying in touch by sharing your call history or video call history and chat history. You can also, as a married couple, you might be sending gifts, sending emails, all those documents you can upload to the 𝐸𝐴 account, and that will basically serve as a genuine relationship documents. Moreover, what we usually recommend the clients to do is if they have a joint bank account where they are putting in some sort of savings for their future plans, such as buying a house or any overseas trip that they are planning in the couple of years. So you can also upload that joint bank account statement to show the contribution from both the partners. And yeah, if you guys, as you mentioned, that he cannot get his annual leave until Feb 2025. So if you're planning to meet after Feb 2025 and if you booked any travel tickets, you can also show that, and that serves as a genuine evidence that you guys are planning to meet in the near future. So good luck with it, Utpala. The second question we have is from Pulkit. Lodged Queensland 190 visa in June 2023 as a single from overseas. Got married in Feb 2024, then informed the Department of Home Affairs on 𝐸𝐴 account in Feb. Added the marriage certificate, new passports of both, and proficient English result for my spouse. We'll be adding more spouse employment documents, and we'll try to get skills assessment as a software engineer. What are the chances? Okay, Pulkit, so when you lodged your application for 190 visa, prior to that, you must have lodged an expression of interest. So in the expression of interest, if you have claimed points for being single, the department gives you 10 points. And if you claim that 10 points for being single, then as per the current regulations, you can't change your marital status till your visa is finalized, means it's granted. So if you already got married, I would definitely recommend you to withdraw that application and give the application another try with the new EOI with the state of Queensland and any other states that you are eligible, because being a single applicant, you have claimed 10 points and you can't get married till the visa has been granted. So yeah, definitely I would recommend you to visit one of our Aussizz branches that is nearest to you, so that we can discuss further about it. Next one we have is from Amir. Hi, I am a Melbourne resident on visa 476. I have 70 points as electrical engineer, skills assessment for 491. Okay, and that's your points breakdown. I have 9 months left on my visa, and I am also enrolled in civil construction design diploma, which will be completed October this year. Please help me in this. I didn't submit my EOI. I'm very confused what to do. I can wait for diploma or should I submit there? And the reason for living in Melbourne is that my sister is citizen and I am doing a job in warehouse. Okay, so Amir, what I would recommend you is you have good points. I would still recommend you to try for proficient English so that you can get additional 10 points for your PTE. And after that, you can, because that is in the MLT SSL list, so you get all the 3 general skilled migration visa options. And I would recommend, if you're living in Melbourne, do explore your options for 491 Victoria. For that, you need to move to regional Victoria and find a skilled job in regional Victoria. And you should definitely try for 491 Victoria, because Victoria is a highly competitive state, and 190 Victoria is a bit difficult to get if you can't have high points. So they don't just look at points, they look at number of factors like how much work experience you have in your nominated occupation, what is your salary currently in Australia. So there's a number of factors that affect it. So I would definitely recommend you to explore other options like 491 Victoria. And side by side, once you complete your civil construction course, you can definitely do a skills assessment with Engines Australia in a different occupation. And you can also try for 189 with 85 points. We have seen recently the department has picked in civil occupations, construction occupations with just 85 points. So definitely recommend you to try 189 in the civil occupations with higher points. The next one we have is from Madhu. I'm 38 years old, overseas dentist. What are the possibilities of doing Masters of Nursing course in Western Australia, which will lead to PR? So yes, you can definitely apply for a student visa to do a Masters of Nursing course, and Western Australia is a very good state to do your 2 years master study, because you can get additional 5 points for your regional study. And Western Australia also, I did fixed deposit, both sponsor 6 lakhs, total 14 lakhs, applied for bank loan. I did 2 internships and a loan and all certificates ready. Is it enough to get visa? Sir, and left, is my visa chance high? Okay, Sanya, so your basically inquiry is related to a student visa. So to make your application strong for student visa, the number one thing we would recommend you is you to make a genuine temporary entrance statement and make sure it's very detailed, where you do a lot of research why you want to study a particular course, why you want to come to Australia to study that course. And you should also put in a lot of efforts in explaining to the case officer that what your career outcomes will be once you complete this course from Australia, and that you can get a suitable job in your occupation outside of Australia as well. So as long as you meet those requirements, the chances will be very good. Have is from Stella. Hi, for 189 and 190, except NSW, can I claim points before ACS deemed date if my experience is assessed as closely related to occupation? Yes, so you can definitely include your experience if you have a minimum qualification in that particular occupation as per the only the state that does not consider experience and has a different criteria is New South Wales, as you have already mentioned in your question. So apart from that, all the other states and even in 189, you can definitely claim the points if you have a relevant bachelor or master's qualification as per the ENSCO guidelines. Next question is from Tapan. For automotive AQF certificate 3 plus 2 years of on-job training is required. Is this included in the course, or do we have to do it separately? Also, certificate 4 doesn't have this requirement. So should I start my JRP and then do certificate 4? Meanwhile, to skip the 2-year on-job training, I'm currently on 485 visa with 3 years left. I'm on your 485 visa, it's still expiring after 3 years. And if you do certificate 3 in motor mechanic, all your relevant experience will be counted after certificate 3 for automotive occupations such as motor mechanic general. Anything after certificate 3 you do will be counted as long as it's minimum 20 hours per week. So for 482, they don't consider casual certificate 3. You don't need to do certificate 4 because as per the Australian Bureau of Statistics guidelines, the highly relevant qualification for motor mechanic and automotive occupation is certificate 3. So yes, you can skip certificate 4 if you want to and start the job ready after certificate. From Pulkit, it's best states for 190 as business analyst onshore, no prior experience, got skills assessment through PY, and having 90 to 100 points on visa 190. So for business, Victoria is very good state. As we saw in this financial year, Victoria did invite a lot of business analysts. However, they had a criteria where they gave priority to people who had superior English, who had skilled partner added in their application, and who had higher salary. So Victoria is very good. Also, we have seen invitation in Western Australia as well. But as I mentioned before, both the state have a different pathway for people who did 2 years of study in that particular regional state. So if you have done your studies in either, it would be a very good option for you. Or else I would definitely recommend you try in 190 Victoria because you have very good points. And also do try for 189 because 189 is also highly competitive. But if you have higher points, there is very good chances that you can be invited. Next question is from Preeti. Can I apply for 491 if I am working and living in Mornington as it comes under regional area? Yes, you can definitely apply for 491 Victoria. I'm assuming Mornington, you're talking about a suburb, a regional suburb, which is in the state of Victoria. So yes, that does come under regional and you can definitely apply for 491 Victoria. So at the moment, Victoria has closed its registration of interest for this financial year. So once the new registration of interest opens after 1st of July, it can be in July or August in the state. So whenever it opens, at that time, you can definitely make an application for 491 Victoria. Next one we have from Suk. Good evening, sir. I am student visa and working as an enrolled nurse in Adelaide. Okay, there's no question, Suk, so I'll just keep that. For 491, can I live in regional and work remotely or go to employer office from time to time in metropolitan like Melbourne or Sydney? So that's a question. So Stella, for 491, when your visa is granted, the department imposes a condition that you must live and work only regional area. So remote work, definitely you can do from your home, which is located in the regional part of Australia as per the department's guidelines. But if you're going to offices which is in the Melbourne or Sydney and it's in the metropolitan area, and if you're going there and doing some work there, then definitely that could be considered a breach. Clearly mentioned about this because as we know that in the IT industry, this is a case where the company is giving hybrid model where you have to work from home most of the time, but sometimes you might have to go in the metro area as well. We have raised this concern with the department, but they have mentioned that they will definitely give a clear picture about it in the upcoming. Definitely wait for that update, and I would recommend you do not breach the condition at the moment, and you should inform your employer that this is a condition that you have, and only remote work from regional area is allowed at the moment. Next question we have is from Amy. I first came to Australia on a working holiday visa and extended to Corona visa. So that's a 408 visa. So during Corona, I have experience working without certificate as a support worker 1 year and 2 months as a casual position at an elderly and disabled company in NT. Will my experience be included in the application for permanent residency in future? Will I still be accepted for working as a casual or should I start my career all over again? So when it comes to applying a permanent residency visa, basically any general skilled migration visa, they do not consider your if the experience is before the required qualification as per the 𝐸𝐧𝐿 guidelines. So if you did not hold any overseas qualification or Australian qualification related to your occupation, then basically you can't include that in the point system and you cannot claim points for it. So that experience won't be counted. Will I still be accepted for working as a casual position? Yes, so casual position is definitely counted as long as all the experience is after the required qualification and minimum 20 hours per week. So that would definitely be. Is it possible to apply for DAMA based on my experience? If I do DAMA in Queensland or WA, can I include my experience in NT? Yes, so DAMA will be one of the options for you, and your experience can definitely be included in DAMA, because where DAMA is such a program where you get a lot of exemptions. Your employer can request a lot of exemptions when they apply for the DAR endorsement. So yes, if exemptions are applicable, then you can definitely go ahead with that one. And after moving to Queensland, I am for visa extension. Applied for student visa at the end of April, and I have been bridging for 2 months. I have to go to workplace practice for the next class term. I'm currently not working on the support worker. I can also move to area wherever necessary to go on to path of permanent residency. In my situation, what visa and path is the fastest and most certain for permanent residency? So AME4 I would definitely recommend exploring your 482 visa via the DAMA pathway, because support worker is such an occupation where there are a lot of exemptions available in a lot of DAMA area. So definitely try that one. Side by side, you could also apply, as you've already applied for student visa, you should explore the courses that you are interested in that can lead you to permanent residency. I would definitely recommend AME you visit one of our nearest branches for Aussizz groups to get a detailed information for this one. Next question we have is from Rika. Scholarship for my PhD in the form of payslip. Can I use PhD research experience as a experience requirement for a 482 visa? So for 482 visa, the skills assessment requirement is not a mandatory requirement. It depends on the occupation that your employer is sponsoring you. So based on the occupation, we can definitely check whether there is a mandatory skills assessment requirement, or you might be able to get a exemption as well. So to answer your first question, it is not mandatory to have a skills assessment for a 482 visa. However, it can be mandatory in certain occupations. And to answer your second question, yes, research experience could be counted, but it depends at the skill level that you work and the reference letter and employment evidences that are available with you. And after checking that, we can inform you whether your particular research experience could be counted as an experience requirement. But yes, to answer shortly, it is possible. Next question we have is from Suk. I am working as an enrolled nurse in Adelaide, but I am still on student visa. What is the PR pathway for enrolled nurses this year? So at the moment, we have one, because in the current financial year, they did ask for minimum 30 hours per week experience requirement. However, that can get changed and you might be eligible once the new rules are out in the next couple of months. So next question is from Gia. I'm currently in tourist visa here in NSW, planning to do diploma of nursing. Is it possible to apply onshore, or I have to go back to my home country to apply? So at the moment, it's still possible. This relaxation from visitor visa or tourist visa to a student visa is possible till the 30th of June. So if you have a COE, which is a confirmation of enrollment, which is a mandatory document you need to apply a student visa. So if you already have it, then you can definitely make an onshore application, provided you don't have a 8503 condition on your tourist visa. If you don't have a COE and if you've not started your admission process, then you need to go back and apply from. Next question is from Hashim. Hi, I am previously done my skill assessment as a developer programmer. It was for 2 years and 2 months. Then I worked in the same role for another 7 months till April 2024. Now I have been promoted as a project manager, but my job responsibilities are the same. Do I need to do skills assessment again to gain 5 more points? Today in my EOI, all the 5 points were automatically updated. Okay, yes, Hashim. So if you already have a positive skills assessment and your designation has changed, you have been promoted, but you're still doing those job responsibilities that you were doing previously as a developer programmer, then your experience can definitely be counted, because when a skills assessment authority or the Department of Home Affairs verifies your experience, they don't look at your position title that you're holding, rather the roles and responsibilities. They check at the roles and responsibilities that you have been doing in that particular designation. So you can definitely claim those 5 points. There's no issues with it. So next question is from Sanya. Sir, I missed previous session about student visa. How many years I can stay under surplus 500 visa for master's student planning upcoming intake to Australia? I chose uni location in Perth, NSW Adelaide. Some people saying 2-year master plus 3-year post study or 4 years or 2. Can you explain and tell what are the reason behind this? I am really confused. Okay, yes. So Sanya, basically you'll get the student visa surplus for 500 will be based on the COE that you get. So if your COE is for 2 years, basically if you're studying to looking to apply for a master study, that will, most of the colleges will have a 2 years program. If it can go further as well, if it's masters by research or it's a masters in upper level, then it can be more than 2 years as well. So I would recommend you check the course duration in that you will easily get to understand how much student visa you will get. And for your post-study work visa query, so post-study work visa is also based on certain factors like what country's passport you're holding and the course that you're doing, in which area you are doing, which area in Australia you are doing. So if it's in regional area, you initially get a 485 visa, and then that 485 visa can be extended in the future as well. So yeah, definitely check the CRI course duration of the course. Based on that, you'll get to know how much student visa will get, and the 485 visa condition will duration will depend on basically your passport country. Next question is from Jonas. My partner is waiting for her PR application to be granted. Once accepted, what is the earliest that I have all the required documentation? Okay, Jonas. So once your partner is granted a permanent residency in Australia, and let's say she gets visa granted today, and then 1 week, 2 weeks down the line, you guys decide to get married, then you can, based on the marital evidence, you can straight away apply for a partner visa. So there's no specific timeline given by the department that you have to hold a permanent visa as a single applicant for a certain duration. Only then you can apply for partner visa. There's no such thing like that as per the regulation. So yeah, if her permanent residence is granted, and once you guys are married, then you can straight away apply for the partner visa. We've got a query from Utpala. We won't be able to make a joint account as we live in 2 different countries. Yeah, as well, you can submit a lot of documents to prove your relationship. So yeah, we do recommend you. Next question is from Madhu. My husband has lodged for 9 months civil engineer draft person, and we didn't get an invitation. He will be 40 years in coming January. In the meantime, I hope to apply for student visa. Then he will become onshore dependent. If so, what will happen to this EOI after? If you've already lodged a 491 EOI as an offshore, and then once he's onshore, you can update your EOI. You can update your EOI as an onshore EOI. Basically, they ask for which country you are in at the moment, so you can update it once your partner has moved to onshore. Next question is from Sia. Hi, my partner just received his JRP outcome. All the nominations are closed for Victoria right now, but we wish to apply for the EOI in 189 so that we are in the queue. Should we apply for it before 1st of July or after that date so that we is? So you should apply the EOI for 189 as soon as possible because you already have the valid skills assessment. Is there any major changes in the new financial year? Yes, there will be a lot of new financial year, especially all the states for 190 and 491 will release their new criteria for the new financial year. So that will be one of the major changes that is coming for all the states. There are rumors of NATI being removed and other fields points going up. Is that something that is going to be beneficial? So yes, so there's not a rumor. So thing is, department has informed via media release that they are planning to bring in a new point system. So it's basically rumors are because of that. Department has not confirmed anything yet. So I would recommend you wait for the final publication or media release from the department regarding the new point system. And to answer your second question, is it something that is going to be beneficial? So it will definitely be beneficial for people who are working in the nominated occupation, as the department is already informed that they are going to give priority to people who has skills required in Australia. So yeah, just wait for the new changes and do apply your 189 EOI as soon as possible. Next question is from Jitinder. What are the chances of computer network and systems engineer with 70 points for 491 in Tasmania without having job in relevant field? There is good chances for Tasmania 491 because they do not ask for field job for 491. You can still apply for 491 Tasmania with other fields in 1 to 3 level job. But those requirements, again, as I mentioned, might be changing in July and August once the state again opens its ROI applications. So keep an eye on the state of Tasmania. But yeah, there is chances are good in Tasmania. So yeah, I would recommend you find a skill level 1 to 3 job in Tasmania. Next question is from Sandeep. I have 3 skills assessments: civil draft person, software engineer, and system analyst, superior English, non-RT, ID points, 85 for 189, civil engineer draft person 80 for 189, live in Newcastle but studied in Sydney. What are the options? So okay, number one option is you apply 189 for all the skills assessment that you have. For 190 and 491, just wait for the update from the state of NSW. Most likely it will be coming in the next couple of months. Once the EUI application, you do try it as per the occupation list that the NSW government will publish. So just wait for the NSW government for the further update. Next question is from Jaspreet. Hi, I completed a master's in information and communication technology degree from La Trobe University. I haven't got a job, however, I am doing the professional year. Please advise if you have suggestions for me to get on the track. So Jaspreet, I would definitely recommend you to start looking for a job in your nominated occupation, because as I mentioned previously, the department is going to give priority to people working in their nominated occupation, and the new changes that are about to come by the end of this year will be this, that the people who have the job in their nominated occupation, in a skilled occupation, will definitely residency. So definitely look for a job in your own occupation. Next question is from Pardeep Singh. Hi, I got a refusal for MRT a week ago. If I apply for student dependent visa after 3 months, as my partner is first year nursing student Australia, what are the visa possibilities? Okay, Pardeep, so number one, you have an student visa refusal onshore, and if you are on AAT, then basically you are barred by section 48 and you can't make an onshore student dependent application. So what I would recommend it is, if you are planning to go on a dependent visa on your partner, then you should get a bridging visa dependent, and the chances are good if you are able to show that you both have a genuine intention to stay together and are a married couple or in a de facto relationship. And I would definitely recommend to also provide the department with the genuine temporary entrance statement. Make it as strong as possible, and good luck with it. Okay, so we have a question from Preeti. Can I get sponsorship if I'm working as a cook and haven't completed my skills assessment yet? Yes, you can definitely go for 482 sponsorship visa as a cook if you have minimum 2 years of full-time experience. You don't need a skills assessment if you have already completed Australian study in certificate 3 in cookery, in commercial cookery. So yeah, you can still be eligible for it. Next question is from Ganeshan. Hi, I'm on the 482 visa temporary. I'm come through my husband's visa, BEECE. I have 3 years of work experience in India. Currently, I'm not working. We are trying to for PR. My visa duration is till March 2025. I'm looking for the courses to study and apply for the student visa. What is the best course and student visa to apply? Okay, so if you're currently on a 482 visa, which is a temporary skill shortage visa, you can definitely explore your options for further 186 visa, which is a permanent residency visa if you have an employer, Australian employer, who is happy to do sponsorship in your nominated occupation. And if you're looking to apply for a student visa, I would definitely recommend to go for a master's level course because you already have a bachelor's in electronics. So you can go for a master's in electronics. And my personal recommendation would be to go for master's course in a regional area of Australia or Perth, so that you have very good chances for permanent residency after you have graduated from that state. Next question we have is from Hansini. Having entry-level 4 years audit experience in my home country, can I apply for PR without accounting degree? What occupation I can apply? So Hansini, that's very limited in whether you can apply for PR. I would definitely recommend you to visit one of our nearest branches so that we can get detailed information and advise you accordingly. Next question is from Jitender. What are the chances for network and systems engineer with 70 points? For 491 with odd job? So yes, Jitender, as I already informed you, that try looking for a skill level 1 to 3 job. If you have an odd job, then there could still be possibility in Tasmania because there is a pathway called long stay Tasmania. So if you've been living in Tasmania for exemptions that might apply you. So just wait for the updates for July and August, and you will for 491 if you find a skilled job. But with the odd job also there is a possibility for 491. Next question is from Madhu. Since we don't get post-study work visa after completing masters because of 38 years age, can we go for a further student visa after that? Yes, Madhu, you can definitely apply for a further student visa. If you don't have a condition on your student visa that restricts you from applying a new student visa, then you can definitely go for it. Next question is from KK. What visa subclass options are available for 36-year-old carpenter who did certificate 3 in carpentry and 4 in building construction, and which state is highly recommended? So if you already have a visa that allows you to do full-time work rights, just do your job ready program and done as a carpenter. Once you have done your skills assessment as a carpenter, you can apply for 189 skilled independent visa. And the states that gives the good invitation in the occupation of carpenter, I would recommend either go to NSW or Tasmania or Western Australia, because these are the states where we have seen in the last 12 months have invited carpenter with as low as 65 to 70 points. So focus on these states, KK. Okay, next question is from Saptarishi. Hello team, I was in Western Australia, but now I'm offshore. I applied for 190 and 491 when I was in Australia, 5 in 491. Now being offshore, I applied for all states. My skill set is analyst programmer. Do you think I might get invited next financial year? My age is already 42 years now. Please guide me. So yes, Saptrishi, you could be invited if the state is giving your applicants who has high points and high experience in your nominal occupation, then there is a good chances. But since your age is 42, you only have 3 years left before you lose on the general skilled migration visa category. So I would definitely recommend you to explore employer sponsored visa option. If you have the minimum 482 is 2 years, if you have that, definitely try for employer sponsored. Victoria and work entirely because there is no office in Melbourne. Live for 491. So Hashim, what we have seen in this financial year, especially for Victoria, is they do ask for office premises. If you are working remotely from home, that's all right for the 491 visa. But when you want to apply a registration of interest for 491 in Victoria, they do ask that your employer must have a regional presence. So if they have an office, then that's very good chances. However, this requirement might be changed in the upcoming months. So just wait for the updates. If it changes, then good. Otherwise, you will not be eligible. Next question is from Stella. I'm very confused with Victoria 190 requirement. Can I apply for Victoria 190 if I don't have any job or income? So, can I submit EOI and ROI for Victoria 190? Yes, you can definitely apply for EOI and ROI for Victoria 190 for there for this financial year. If they keep the same rules for next year, then definitely you can apply EOI and ROI without income. 6-7 months before, that Victoria had invited applicants who had no job in Victoria based on skilled partner, superior English, good amount of experience. So yeah, there is a possibility that you can get invited. Next question is from Jackie. Hi, I submitted my EOI in March 2023 in NSW. I have 65 points, positive skills assessment, but not working in my occupation. My 485 visa is expiring in August. What advice can you give me? What other visa can I apply? I'm 39 years old and about to apply student visa in leadership, so I can gain experience in leadership. What can be problem for not getting invited for so long? Hi, so Jackie, the problem could be that the state that you are living in might have a very high cutoff for your nominated occupation. As you mentioned that you have only 65 points, that's just the basic minimum point requirement to lodge an application. So I would definitely recommend you to increase your point, and you have not mentioned your nominated occupation here. So I would recommend you get advice from our Aussizz group, which is nearest to you. Just go there and visit, and we can definitely guide you which state you should move or what you should do next. You've got another question from Amir. Thank you for your kind response. Now I am in metropolitan suburb Leverton, and as per your guideline, first need to move to regional Victoria. Then after some time, I need to submit EOI for 491. Yes, definitely. I try a lot in every state for field job, but just guide me that whether I can move first or need to submit EOI first, and I'm ready for any state to move. That will not be a problem for me. Yes, so first you need to move to regional Victoria to be eligible for 491 Victoria, because the condition informed for this financial year is that you must be living and work eligible to make an application. So if you're living and working, then only you can apply. So yes, first you have to move and then you can make a valid application. Next question is from Madhu. I have lodged an onshore student visa while in visitor visa in last March. I still didn't get my visa decision. My course is going to start July 22nd, and what is your recommendation? Just to start the study or defer it until decision comes? See, Madhu, I would definitely recommend you to start your studies. Even if you have not been granted a student visa, you already have a valid bridging visa A, which allows you to lawfully stay in Australia and to continue your study in Australia, and that actually serves as a genuine purpose and so shows your genuine intention to study in Australia. And once you start your studies, you can get recommendation letters from your unit coordinators or your professors, and you can upload those documents as well to your application, because that will serve as a genuine intention for you to study in Australia. Next question is from Australia. Do I need PT IELTS for GT applications? How do you assess potential candidate, and do you support for nominated in the academic sector? Okay, so yes, to make an expression of interest for global talent applications, you don't need the PT at the time you make an expression of interest. And how do you assess potential candidates? So what I would recommend is you provide us with your detailed resume, mentioning all the studies that you've done, all the work experience that you have, and all the research paper and research publications that you published by yourself or with the help of your professors. So you can include that in your to us, or you can visit the nearest Aussizz Group branch, and then we can help you with your GT applications. Thank you, Saina, thank you, sir. Great explained. Thank you, Saina, for that. Next question we have is from Hasita. Can we transition into 186 stream if you are under 482 under the same company's more than 2 on 482 visa, working with the same company in the same nominated occupation for 2 years? You can apply for 186 in the transition stream. Question 2 is, can I apply under construction project manager if I currently working as civil engineer, closely related field in Queensland? I have previous experience as a CPM. So you can't change the occupation when you're going for 186 from 482, because you must be working in that same nominated occupation, so you can't change. However, if you have a valid skills assessment as a construction project manager, you can, such as 189, 190 and 491. Next question is from KK. From new financial year, will there any ease on visitor visa? Yes, so as KK, as the department has already informed us that they are going to put a no further stay condition in all the visitor visa. So actually that what will visitors who are genuinely wishing to come to Australia just for genuine visit purpose and don't want to apply for any further visa, For them it will be a very good news, and it will definitely be ease on the visitor visa. However, they will impose no further, so you could not convert it to for the student visa. So yes, that's actually great news for people who are genuinely interested in coming here and then going back after visiting. So we have from Hasida, total years under 482 is less than 2 years now. So if it's less than 2 years, then we don't recommend to lodge it because it can get, the application can get refused. Next question is from Jaya. With 100 points for 491 in SA, I have been rejected twice for IT working in SA. My visa expires in 2027. If SA considers visa expiry only for PR, then is WA better option? Should I relocate to WA? Yes, see, for the South Australia Migration Department, they give priority to people whose visa is about to expire, because as per them, if you have a visa till 2027, then they don't consider you in the priority list. So yes, if you could find a job in your nominated occupation in Western Australia, then I will definitely recommend you to move to Western Australia. Next we have is from Hasida, currently has 95 points under 194 civil engineer and going to have skill under CPM. So Hasida, if you already have 95 points for civil engineer, you could definitely try for 189 and 190 as well in Queensland. Next question is from Priyatha. I'm planning for 190 Victoria. I have 3 to 4 years experience in India and more than a year here in Australian lighting industry, which is related field. Chances, yes, very good chances. Definitely recommend you to try for high English score, because you have very good experience. It's very good chances that you can be selected. Just wait for the update for the next couple of months for Victoria. Next question is from Yuthi. My husband is waiting for his 309 visa. How much money does my husband need to show in his bank to visit me for 12 days as he can't get any more leave? So there's no specific guidelines by the department that you must have this much amount of funds in your bank, but yeah, we usually recommend that you show enough funds that could give an idea to the case officer that you have enough funds to travel, for the accommodation, for the food and the tourism activities that you are planning to do here in Australia. Next question is from Sandeep Gautam. I have 189, 190 and 491 all applied separately for all different occupations. Okay, as we discussed, is there any more skills assessment that I have to do to increase my chance of getting point? I think you have enough skills assessment. However, if you are able to find a job in a different occupation, then you should definitely check the eligibility for the job that you are getting, and yeah, try for that occupation as well. We have a question from Suk. What are the requirements for forcible training visa? So Suk, for forcible training visa, you either need 12 months experience or a related study experience in the last 24 months. And if you have an employer, then you can go for a forcible. So for a KK, as a carpenter, I don't have full work rights. I'm allowed to work 24 hours per week. So for which visa options I can go? So if you don't have a full-time work rights KK, you can still start your job ready program on a part-time basis. And once you have completed either a skills assessment, or if you have 2 years of full-time experience, or even if you have 1 year full-time equivalent experience, you can go for training visa, 482 visa, or general skill migration visa. Next question is from Sia. Thank you for your response earlier. I'm interior designer and got positive skill assessment. I'm trying to get more points through PT. I have a partner with good PT and skill assessment, which adds up to 70 points to my file for 190 Victoria. What are the chances file getting approved for PR with those points? So again, Sia is already informed that Victoria will start their program in the next couple of months, and when they start it, actually they'll release a set which you have to meet on mandatory basis to be eligible, to be considered for your application to be eligible. So definitely just wait for the update. You can make an application and we can assess your eligibility. I have worked as a lighting consultant, which is similar role to designer, for 6 months. Should I do skills assessment again to claim 5 points for onshore? Yes, it's not mandatory. However, we highly recommend you to do a skills assessment with the relevant skills assessment authority, so that there's no doubts later on whether you can claim points or not for your experience. Next question is from Tapan. For automotive on 485 visa with 3 question, does the 1 year JRP experience count for 2 years on the job training or no? So your 1 year job experience will definitely be counted if it's after certificate 3. You can use it for all your visa applications such as 189, 190, 491, and can also count in 482 and 186. And if I do Cert 4, do I need 2 years of on-the-job training? So you don't need 2 years of experience for the on-the-job training. Next question is from Jackie. I studied Masters in Valuation and Property Development and work as an assistant valuer in Wollongong. So I'm unsure. I got positive skills assessment as valuer. I lodged my EOI in March 2023 and have not received any communication. Points 65 for 189, 790 and 85 for 491. I'm currently not working in my field. My nominated field is valuer. Which state is favorable for valuers? So Jackie, for you, I would definitely recommend to wait till July or August till all the states release their new occupation list and new eligibility criteria. Once all the state has released the criteria, after that you should get your eligibility checked for each states. And I would recommend you start looking for job in your nominated field, because all the states will focus on this criteria that an applicant is working in the nominated field. You will definitely get a priority. Next question is from Biwaji. I would affect my husband's 309 application. So that's a very vague question, but it depends on what sort of disability do you have. So the Department of Home Affairs has a strict guidelines for all the visa, and all the applicants must meet the health requirement criteria for that visa. So yes, we need to check what disability do you have. However, there's a lot of health waiver applications are also available for a lot of visa surplus. So I would definitely recommend you to get in touch with us so we can check in more detail. Question from Stella. What are the documents to show residency? I have Medicare and with driver license. I'm planning to travel to NSW, or that make my application offshore if I leave. So Stella, if you move offshore for like a couple of months, it does not move your application to offshore. However, all the state has different guidelines. So I would recommend, if you're planning to travel for a trip, definitely do it in the next 2 to 3 weeks. If you go for a leave for a couple of weeks or let's say 4 weeks or 6 weeks, then that would not move your application to offshore. And as far as the documents for residency are considered, I would definitely recommend to show to the department your bank statement showing transactions in regional area and your utility bills, your lease agreement. Just try to get as many documents as you can from this. Next question we have is from Hashim. For 491, I live in Victoria and work remotely, and there is no office in Australia overall. Can I apply for 491? The company is operating fully remote. As I told you, that Victoria has a very strict guidelines when it comes to 491 regional Victoria. However, if the company does not have any offices all over Australia, we can make a compelling case and compelling submission and actually try to convince the case officer about the nature of business and why there is no office in regional Victoria. So we can definitely give it a try, but yeah, they usually ask for an office location. I'm seeking some advice and assistance from my wife, who is in the process of getting her skills assessed as marketing specialist. She has bachelor's of arts in fashion and marketing and retailing. She got her marketing experience while working in Children's Museum Aussizz. Any guidance or advice would be greatly helped. So yes, definitely make sure that the roles and responsibilities are as per the guidelines of 𝐸𝐴𝐴. And when you do the skills assessment as a marketing specialist, actually Aussizz has a very detailed document available on their website that clearly mentions what should be included, what should not be included. So definitely I would recommend you to go through the criteria for Aussizz. That will definitely help you in understanding how they assess their application. So yeah, that's all the question for today, guys. Thank you everyone who joined this. It was lovely answering all your questions. Very interactive session for Aussizz Conclave. And thank you so much, everyone. And yes, we know that we can't answer in detail because it's a live session. So definitely recommend you to visit your nearest Aussizz Group branches. We have registered migration agents available in all our branches. So definitely visit us. We know some of the offices also do online consultation, so you can also request for that. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.